Topping the news at 5:30, hundreds of millions of dollars are being invested into the Upstate Niagara Cooperative production site in West Seneca.
The total investment is $250 million, $100 million more than previously estimated. We're now joined by Kevin Ellis, the CEO of UNC Dairy. Kevin, thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Thanks for the invite.
First, tell us a little bit about UNC Dairy. How would folks out there know you? And we know that everybody does.
Well, the first thing that you would know about us is we make bison chip dip.
Got it.
So that is
Best
who
Thank
we
you, by the way.
Ever.
Thank you for making it.
But we're more than that. We're a large dairy cooperative based here in Buffalo. We have about 230 members currently, and we're generating about $1.4 billion in revenue through our bison chip dip, through Intense Milk, through Upstate Farms, and through a lot of contract manufacturing we're due for other people's brands.
Wow.
Yes.
That bison dip is, I lived in Idaho for a while. You can't find it anywhere else, it feels like.
True.
Okay, Kevin, why are you making this massive investment into West Seneca? What are you doing with that money?
Yes. One of the things that we excel at is the manufacture of cultured dairy products. And those are on trend right now. Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, anything high protein. If you take high protein beverages, they are on trend. And we are being asked on a daily basis to make more of these products. So it is a historic, monumental project for this company. We've never done a project this big, ever. So it's a leap of faith, and we believe the trend is going to last for quite some time.
It is kind of serendipitous that you are here on a day that we're also talking about another massive investment in this community, in that $900 million investment on behalf of GM. What goes through a leader's mind, a company leader's mind like yours, when you're deciding whether or not to make a major investment? Because you're talking about $250 million, and that's a major thing going into the future for you guys.
Well, you know, I always say this about, first and foremost, we're a farmer-owned cooperative. So we look after our farmer owners. They're our shareholders. Yeah. One of the things that we do very, very well, and we take a pride in, is looking not for next quarter's profits, but for next generational profits. So we are making a generational investment in Buffalo. Why? Buffalo, to me, is a great community, hardworking people. Supportive, and we've got the infrastructure here in Buffalo to support this large capital investment.
Great to hear.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting that you talk about cottage cheese. I feel like social media has just really grown cottage cheese. I feel like every recipe I look at, need more protein? Put in a cup of cottage cheese. If you can make a dairy-free one, I would love it. I'm lactose intolerant. But Kevin, where are you located so people know? And then will this add jobs as well to this community?
Yes, we're based here in Lancaster, so just east of the airport. And we're going to add approximately 130 jobs with this investment, with the $250 million. Why is it up $100 million? Well, we had some estimates starting out, and they're based on old construction costs.
Sure.
And the $100 million of increased spend is really for the same factory, but we now have more current and more relevant quotations. So that tells you what inflation has done. Yeah,
without question. What will this allow you guys to do? You talk about this being a generational investment. As Kelsey asked before, is this equipment? You're talking about adding more than 100 new employees, so it's not only an investment in personnel, but it's got to be, I imagine, into buildings and equipment and other things like that.
Correct. We're going to add 125,000 square feet to the existing facility. That'll create about 450 construction jobs during construction, with 130 permanent jobs afterwards. And then we're going to use the latest automation that comes with the equipment that we can find. The last project was done 20 years ago. Oh, wow. So in 20 years, equipment's gotten more automated. So we're going to, embrace that. We're going to install that type of equipment, and we're going to leave room for an automated warehouse sometime in the future as well.
Wow. Really? And you talked about using local farmers as well. I'm sure that's a huge part of what you guys do in terms of adding to our economy is supporting our local farmers as well. Will you talk about that relationship? You know, how many local farmers are you using? That sort of thing as well.
Well, here in Western New York, most of our farmers are based here in Western New York. We have organic farmers that are in Northern New York and Vermont, but the primary lion's share of our farmers are right here in Western New York from, I'd say Lyons west. And the largest concentration are in Wyoming County.
Wow.
In Genesee County. We take pride in creating value for their milk stream. And that's why we exist. And this project's going to allow us to do more of what we've done in the past, which is provide them sustainable income and provide them the ability to transfer that farm for future generations. That's why we're doing this. And it will benefit the local community. These type of projects, because we buy locally and we consume things locally, have a multiplier effect. So we're anticipating this will bring another $500 million to the local economy.
Wow. Kevin, congratulations on your success and your company's success. And not only that, but thank you for turning that boon back into the community and investing back into the community. It really means a lot, and clearly you're doing a tremendous impact. Thank you.
And thank you to the Buffalo community for supporting our bison dip.
We will continue to do that without question. I got it in my fridge now.
Wendell Anderson, my father, will continue to do it. He brings like 2 tubs, and I swear he eats both of them himself at every Bills game. All right, thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
We appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Kevin.